So last week I talked about the emergence of over-the-top services like Netflix, Spotify, Google Play Music, all these things. And this week I want to talk more about the effects of these services and what they're doing to our media landscape. I think the prime example, the one that's thriving the most, is Netflix. When we look at Netflix, you talk to any of your friends, and 4 out of 5 of them are probably subscribed to Netflix or are borrowing a friend's subscription. So what does this do to our media landscape? When I look at Netflix, I see dominance. I see there's other people have tried to do what Netflix does, things like Crackle, and things like this, and Netflix is so dominant. No other company is able to do what they've done. Not only do they have dominance, but they're thriving. They're producing original content, TV shows, movies, reality TV. Seems like they're producing tons and tons of original content. And not only is this just content, but it's good content, and it's critically acclaimed content, which is extremely impressive. So I expect that in the next couple of years, we'll see that Netflix is going to become even more dominant, which is scary, right? And we're talking about effects. I think one of the largest effects is that Netflix cannot be regulated by the CRTC. Because it's an internet-based service, the CRTC is not able to regulate that service. So when we're talking about CanCon, that's off the table, where Netflix does not need to have any Canadian content, no shows, no movies that are Canadian unless they choose to. And we're looking at many Canadians are choosing to watch TV through Netflix. I think that will have a big impact on Canadian culture, like I talked in my other video about CanCon. But it's interesting how Netflix could have such a huge impact on the prevalence of CanCon. Another huge effect is binge watching, binge listening, binge reading. The appearance of these over-the-top services have resulted in a lot of binge watching and binge reading. We don't just watch one episode anymore, we watch a whole series. We watch 2 series, 3 series. If we want to read a book, we don't just have to read one, we can read or listen to the entire series of books. Music, instead of listening to one song in an album, we can listen to the whole album or all of the artist's albums. I think that we are seeing a huge increase in binge watching and listening and things like this. One of the last points I want to talk about is piracy. I think, and I'm not sure if this is true, this is my opinion, I think that these over-the-top services could have an impact on piracy. Before, when you had to go to Blockbuster, rent a movie, or you had to buy the movie outright, or you had to buy the single book or the single song, people would opt for piracy. If they didn't feel like paying for an entire album, they just pirate one song. If they didn't feel like buying a whole season of a show, they could buy one episode. They could just pirate one episode of that show. So I just think that piracy can be affected by these over-the-top services, because no longer do you just have to buy one item or buy the entire thing, but you can watch the entire season. There's no need really to pirate one episode, one song, and things like this. So those are the effects that I see these over-the-top services having on our media landscape.